Hey guys, so I'm going to conduct a little experiment today. I'm going to start it today at least. And I can say that I don't know exactly what to expect. So here's what I have. I've got some glasses. I've got some food coloring, vinegar, and fresh eggs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an egg in each of these glasses, gently. I'm going to cover them with some vinegar, maybe if I can do it with one hand. And then I'm going to add a little food coloring to one or two of them, just to see if that makes any difference. I'm going to add some food coloring to the other jar over here. Oopsies, I'm making a mess here, one-handed. And now I'm going to leave them, and I'm going to keep checking back in and letting you know what's going on. So far, if I look in here, I can see a little bit of bubbling going on. Maybe at the white one you can see it a bit better. It looks like it's almost fizzing, and there's little tiny bubbles all around the shell of the egg. So I'm going to leave them here and check back in a couple of hours. Okay, so it is the following day, and I'm looking at my vinegar eggs, and this one looks like it has, maybe there was a hole in the shell somehow, and it looks like it's kind of come out of there. This one's got lots of bubbles on it. You can kind of see the red one. When I gently poke them, ooh, it's not hard like an eggshell, it kind of feels slimy. Ooh. Oh yeah, this one definitely looks like the yolk started coming out of the white. And the shell feels like, ooh, it's like loosey-goosey. It's only red because my finger was in the red already. Yeah, it's like hollow almost. Interesting. Leave them a little bit longer and see how they do. What I'm going to do next is very carefully rinse them and change the vinegar, and we'll leave them in there a little bit longer. Bye-bye. Alright, so I've rinsed out the eggs. This one definitely had a yolk, and the yolk was like hard. So now if you take a peek at it, it's hollow. And the other two, I can't feel the hard shell on them anymore. They kind of are a little bit squishy. Almost rubbery. Very cool. So I'm gonna add some fresh vinegar to them, top them off with some fresh vinegar, and we're gonna see what happens. So it's only been a couple of hours since I switched the vinegar. This one that had a hole and the yolk came right out of, it is like floating on the top of the vinegar. This one here, it looks like it's much bigger than it was originally, and every once in a while I see these two roll around. It's like the bubbles kind of that are forming on top of it make it turn and spin, and I can see a little hole there. And this guy over here, same thing. It's all bubbly. And every once in a while I'm doing my dishes, I can see it do a little spin, a little flip. Hey everybody, so it's been 48 hours since we started our experiment. And if you remember, we started off with a fresh egg, not boiled, not cooked at all, nothing going on with it, and we put it in vinegar. So I obviously added some food coloring to these two, and this one was just plain Jane. We saw it bubble, we saw it twist. We saw this one lose its yolk because there must have been a little tiny hole in the shell. I'll show you this one first because it's pretty gross, but pretty interesting. So if you look at this, it's almost completely empty. The shell up here is a little bit still hard, but this one didn't work out very well. So I'm glad I did more than one. Now, if you look at these two, my red and my white ones, I'm gonna reach in here and take them. Oh, it is much bigger than it was originally. And look at this. And look at this. It's squishy. I thought it was gonna be totally solid, but I guess it's not. So this is weird and strange and also a little bit gross, but also very cool because this is an egg that has not been cooked, has just been sitting in vinegar for 2 days. Now, it didn't bounce very well though, I have to say. And I smell like vinegar now. And let's check this one out. Here we go. I might have to change my clothes. So this one was our white egg. There's no shell left on it at all. Do you see that? It's rubbery. I'm not going to squeeze it too hard like I did last time. It's kind of jiggly. It's smooth. It's gone from being white to being kind of a yellowy orangey color. Now, here's the test. Someone told me that these would bounce. Here we go. Ready? Ah! I have made a bouncy egg using only a fresh egg and vinegar, and it just soaked for 2 days. Attempt this at your own risk. Here, let's try one more time. So I would say it kind of worked, but maybe not completely. Oh, adventure egg. Thanks for joining me for some science fun.